Welcome back here on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Go ahead and switch and then hit number 2. And so you can go back and forth. All right, we're training. So Stacy Turner's with us. Good morning, Stacy.
Good morning, Jane. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we are here to talk about a rally that is going to be taking place across New Mexico tomorrow called Unmask New Mexico Kids. And you're helping to coordinate a rally that's going to be here.
I am.
In Artesia. So why are you involved in this particular cause?
Well, that's a great question, Gene, and I think it's just one arm of the cause I feel like I've been fighting this whole last year, just seeing a lot of discrepancies in information that we're giving and then what we're being asked to do as citizens. And one of the things I think many parents disagree with is continuing to keep the kids masked up, and it just irritated me to no end when I started to see the summer school kids and the athletes still wearing masks in 105-degree weather. I mean, the information is so clear that kids are not at risk for COVID, and to continue to do this to them, it really is just child abuse in so many different ways, and sadly we've just kind of gotten used to it and we're accepting it. But yet, as I talk to parents, there's a lot of parents that don't like it either. They just sort of feel powerless as of what to do. I'm a mom of 3 teenagers. I've seen the impact on their lives this last year, but to see the impact of the kids and not just their health, which we know those masks are not healthy, but also mentally what that is doing to them. I just can't sit back and do nothing anymore. And so that's kind of where this was born.
You got involved in this particular group. I have noticed for a while there, the NMAA and the schools were requiring the masks for athletic events. Now, they did lift it to say that if you've been vaccinated, you don't have to wear the mask. Apparently, every fan and every athlete that's gone to every sporting event since then must be vaccinated, because there's no masks being worn anywhere at any of these events.
Amazingly, New Mexico is at 100%.
100%, yeah. But the fact of the matter is, it seems like the masking requirement is probably being discussed as a requirement, or one of the requirements that the schools are going to be asked to implement when the kids return to school this fall. So maybe that's the point of the rally, is to try to encourage our elected officials and our education department people up in Santa Fe and Albuquerque to maybe pull back a little bit on the mask requirements.
It absolutely is. We need to have our voices heard, and we need the kids' voices heard. Nobody's asking them what they, how they feel about wearing these, and nobody's really discussing that impact that it's having on them. If it was shown to be safe and effective, okay, that's one thing, but it's not. It's the opposite. And so to continue on without speaking up, it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't sit right with a lot of parents, and we want to see that change. And so, where I just kind of, no matter who I talk to in authority or elected officials or whatever, they just keep saying it's out of our hands. There's nothing we can do. We have to follow orders. We're just doing what we're told. And that just keeps going up, no matter how high even elected officials. Even Dr. Grace said on an interview the other day, well, we'll just do whatever the CDC guidelines. We'll follow those. And so even he's saying, where's
passing
the point?
The buck to somebody else.
Where are the adults making decisions? And I know that in this state, the governor does have a lot of power. She really does. It's different than Texas, that's given more towards the districts and then even to counties and schools, to make decisions on their own, where in New Mexico, just kind of seems like people, it just keeps getting passed back up to her. She does have a lot of control, and that, that's concerning in other ways too. But decisions can be made on a more personal level. Do you have to continue to tell the kids, pull up your mask, 6 feet apart, stay away? At this point, we have a lot more information than we did at the beginning. And so this isn't a protest against the schools. It's not a protest against the school board. We know that they have worked so hard this last year to get the kids into school as they could, behind the scenes in so many ways. The school board, this isn't against them. This goes back up to the ones that make decisions. If we're being told that she's the one that makes the decision, then let's get her some negative national attention, because that's one of the things she does respond to. Back in November,
yes, when the New York Times did a story on the people waiting in line to get groceries in the winter weather,
right?
Then all of a sudden we could go shopping again. More people in a store and stuff like that.
And there was some behind the scenes things that happened with that. These same groups that I'm a part of, they were organizing different citywide protests that were going to be happening within days of her just opening back up again.
Yeah.
So she doesn't like that negative national attention.
Right.
So this is just the start. We will continue on until we get the results that we want. This isn't a one-time protest and we stand out there and with signs and say we're unhappy. We're going to move forward until we get the results of the kids unmasked this fall. There are other ways that we can go about this, but we're hoping that this is one of the simplest, the easiest, and directed the most towards her, which is where a lot of our frustration is. And I think people need to understand COVID didn't do this. COVID didn't shut down the economy. COVID didn't shut down businesses. The governor shut down businesses. The governor has put down these mandates that have affected people's lives very negatively in response to COVID. But it's been her. If you look at states across the U.S., others that had not as strict of policies, their rates are almost identical to us. And actually, we're one of the lowest. I think tied for third as like the worst rates in a lot of different areas. So if it worked, that's one thing, but to see and know and have the information that it doesn't work and continue on, it just blows my mind.
Well, the infection rates and the mortality rates, you look at Texas, which opened everything up back in March when the vaccines were really starting to be available. Their infection rate, their mortality rate, everything is just nosedived, just like it did here, with all the mandates and restrictions.
And one thing I would like to add is the vaccination, COVID vaccination, will absolutely be tied to the masking of our kids next fall, unless we make some, a big enough stink that we're just not okay with it.
Yeah.
So right now it's down to age 12, but Biden has said by the fall he wants it to age 5, and he seems to get what he wants we're just unsure how that even happens. But so if that's the case, then down to age 5, parents, what we want them to know is, you don't have to, if you make that choice for your family because it's something you've researched and you want, okay, that's your choice. Everyone should have that choice in that. But to have masks used against the freedom of your child to sit in a classroom unmuzzled, able to breathe fresh air, see people's expressions, and to have that tied to a vaccine is wrong. It's discriminatory, and there are lawyers already in place that we will be pushing back. So I just want parents to know they don't have to do that. There are options, and just know that there's a lot of behind the scenes fighting going on for that. And that's one of the things that we're connecting on this protest is we want to stop it before it gets to that point.
So the protest is tomorrow at 10 a.m., and that's all across the state.
Yes.
So anywhere that one of these events is taking place will be Saturday, 10 a.m. Where will the Artesia event be taking place?
The Artesia event is going to be on the corner of 7th and Main. And we would love for adults to come and kids. Ask your kids, how do you like, or how do you feel about wearing this mask in school? And then let them make their own mask. We're doing a mask, not make their own mask, let them make their own protest sign. And we are doing those at my house. If anyone wants to join us tonight, I'll give you my phone number and you can join in. But just something simple. I don't want to wear this. I can't breathe with this on my face. We have lots of ideas of what to be able to put on it, but we want the kids to be represented. And this is a way for the community to actually tell the kids, we see you, we hear you, and we're standing with you. So if you don't have kids, come join us. It's not just for parents and just for kids, but it's 10 a.m. at 7th and Main. It's just for 1 hour. We're not going to be out there all day, and we'd love to have the community join us.
Sure. Now, a lot of folks are going to be going up to Albuquerque for the track meet and for the softball game. Where are some other places around New Mexico where these rallies are taking place?
Yeah, so Albuquerque is also at 10 a.m. It's near Target and Lowe's on Paseo del Norte and San Pedro.
Okay.
So that's that one. Rio Rancho is on the corner of Southern and 528. And then other places, Raton, Carlsbad is going to be meeting down by the beach area, by the water park.
Okay.
Roswell will be at the courthouse. Las Cruces is at Albert Johnson Park. Farmington area is doing one. Silver City, Deming, and then here in Artesia, and then even Logan, New Mexico has joined in. So it's different places across the state, but definitely if you're in Albuquerque for those games, if you're not playing at that time, go down and join them and support that group that's there, support the kids. And it's an easy way to make a statement. If we can get a lot of people there with the news coverage, there's lots, like everyone's been working on that side to get the news involved and images, and that'll be part of the process afterwards, is getting that out to the media. But we need a good standing of people, so please come join us tomorrow at 10.
So Carlsbad will be at the water park.
Correct.
At 10 o'clock. Roswell in the courthouse.
Yep.
Steps at 10 o'clock, and then here in Artesia, 10 o'clock, 7th and Main.
Correct.
Are you going to be in the street?
No, we hope not. Not safe.
Around the intersection?
Right.
No.
That's where the Bulldog is, and
Yes.
the clock tower.
Yes.
And so we will be there at that intersection.
Okay.
And if we have enough, we will just keep going and lining the street of Main Street. That would be awesome.
Now, have you gotten to the point where you're talking about mask burnings?
Some of them are. Logan actually said they wanted, that was on their flyer, they wanted that one on there. So I know that has happened in different places, but
Yeah.
I don't know, with fire restrictions, maybe not a good idea.
Clear that one with the fire marshal
Yeah, I
before
think
you
so.
do anything
We'll
like
keep
that.
it simple and just have our signs.
That's great. All right, well, you said you were going to give out your number if people wanted to make signs or ask questions or whatever.
Absolutely. So it's 575-343-1234.
How'd you get that number?
Lucky, right?
That's right.
So you can text me on that, or you can call me if you want to come make the signs with us. You're welcome to join us. And then we do have a Facebook group, which is Unmask NM Kids. And it's a private group, but there's a couple of questions you can ask, and I'm probably friends with someone you're friends with, and I'll see it and let you in. But we'd love to keep this movement growing.
Okay. Stacy, anything else?
I think that we covered it. Thank
All right.
you, Gene.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
And you guys are more than welcome to have a radio or a phone so you can listen to the ball game at noon tomorrow, because you'll be done by then. Yeah, you'll be done.
Just 1 hour.
So very good. All right. Well, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a quick break.